Hey guys, R4GE VipeRzZ here, and today I'm going to show you how you can safely run potentially malicious apps in Windows 10. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using Windows Sandbox. So what Windows Sandbox does is it provides you with a lightweight virtual machine that is isolated from the rest of your system, meaning that all these software and applications that are installed on your host OS aren't directly available in the Sandbox VM. This means that anything that you install on the Sandbox VM should not be able to affect your main OS. And once you close the Sandbox VM, it will delete all of the files that pertain to that instance of the VM, so that they should no longer be on your computer. Now, in order to use Windows Sandbox, you do need to have either Windows 10 Pro or Windows 10 Enterprise. Unfortunately, Microsoft does not make it available on Windows 10 Home. Now, if you do have Windows 10 Pro or Windows 10 Enterprise, you do also need to make sure that you have virtualization enabled on your computer. So if you don't, you need to go into your BIOS and you need to enable virtualization, as without virtualization, Windows Sandbox will not be able to create a VM. So if you do have Windows 10 Pro or Windows 10 Enterprise and virtualization enabled, then we can carry on with opening up Windows Sandbox. So the first thing we need to do is we need to check that Windows Sandbox is enabled. So to do that, we're going to click the Start button and we're going to search for Windows Features. Then we're going to click on Turn Windows Features on or off. And then we're going to scroll down the list of Windows features until we find Windows Sandbox, and you need to make sure that Windows Sandbox is checked. If it is not, you need to check it, click OK, and then restart. So as we have Windows Sandbox checked, we can now close this window, and we can now come back to the start, and we can search for Windows Sandbox. Then we can open the Windows Sandbox application up, and that will create us our isolated virtual machine. So if I just make the window bigger, and I will just unpin the bar, make it a little smaller and move it over this way. It should then disappear. So now for demonstration purposes, I will just install Chrome. Obviously Google Chrome is not a malicious program, but I will just use it to show that once you close the VM, all of the files will be deleted, and the next time you open up Windows Sandbox, it will be a new VM. So there we go, we now have Chrome installed. Now hopefully if you had installed your potentially malicious application, if it was clearly malicious, Windows Defender should hopefully highlight that, and if not, then you can use it and test it and see if it does what you want. And you can also do other things such as monitor the resource usage of the application, just like you would with any other Windows OS. And you can also assess for yourself if the application does what you want and if it's worth the risk of installing it. Now I'll just show you if you do close the virtual machine, all of the files will be deleted. So if I just click close, it will then come up warning saying, are you sure you want to close Windows Sandbox? Once Windows Sandbox is closed, all of its content will be discarded and permanently lost. So if we click OK, and if we then come and open Windows Sandbox up again, as you can see, this is now a fresh new instance of the virtual machine. None of the applications that were previously installed on the other virtual machine that we closed are here anymore, as all of the files were deleted and removed. So there you go, that is one way that you can run potentially malicious apps without it affecting your main OS. Now as I say, if you run it in the virtual machine and Windows Defender doesn't flag it, that does not mean that the application is not malicious. However, it does give you an opportunity to test out the application without it affecting your main OS. So guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you liked it, don't forget the like button. If you disliked it, hit the dislike button. Subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you another time. Bye.